what I want to do is tell you a little bit about myself, and you can read the book. I'm going to say very stuff little about the book, but I want you to understand really why I even bother writing Eating Free. So, I don't know if you know this about me. I moved to the United States about 25 years ago. When I was 2. No, I'm just kidding. I actually was 20 years of age. Young guy, no English or whatsoever. And to say the least, it was shocking. I mean, it was horrible. Leaving my entire family, friends, my culture, my language, everything. I left everything to come to America and live the American dream, and I sure did. And I adapted pretty quickly. I was determined to come to this country and make it. So I adapted to most of the way of living. But there was one thing I had a hard time adapting to, and that was the eating and the food culture that was here. So let me explain better. When I got into my first job ever here was Safeway in the marina. I was a bag boy. By the way, like I said to you, I didn't speak any English, so I learned my first 3 words there in English: paper or plastic. So then one day this person says to me, I says, paper or plastic? And she says to me, neither. I told her, we don't have that kind. Anyways, so working at Safeway and already had roommates, I was experiencing already the whole eating episode. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening here? My roommates would wake up in the morning, open a box of cereals, grab the cereals, shove it in their mouth. I'm like, are they gonna sit down and have breakfast? What's going on here? Safeway was like, I didn't know how to cook, so everybody was like, not eating socially, everybody was eating by themselves or not eating, delaying meals, skipping meals altogether, and I was like really having a hard time adapting to that. And then I was eating cold sandwiches at 11 a.m. and then I was dependent on chow mein and Italian food. This is now, you have to understand, the late 80s, early 90s, so there was some Indian, Thai, or Peruvian food around. That's all I found. So then I got into the whole protein powders, nutritional bars, processed foods, and guess what? I gained 25 pounds. That's when I decided to do something about my life. I was like, Oh, and by the way, I stopped eating the foods that I really like because one, I didn't know how to cook, and then I was told that rice and potatoes were evil. So that's when I said something is wrong with this picture. So then decided to write letters to my mom. There was no emails, no Skype back then. And calling my mom was very expensive. Is she on, by the way? Hey mom, she's been Skype right now. Awesome. Hey mom.
You said that she dropped.
Oh, she dropped?
She's seeing some of it.
She's seeing, okay. She's there right now from Peru. So, see, technology. Before we had to write letters. So I was asking her to please send me recipes. So she would send me a recipe or two in the mail, and then I started learning how to cook. And I had to, because I needed to go back to what I know, what was working for me back then. Man, I burned everything. Burned chicken, burned water even. It was awful. But then, sure enough, I got better. And I cooked the best foods, and I was so proud of my food. Until this day, and I have witnesses here, till this day, I pack my lunch every single day. And then, you know, I make my eating time a priority and sit down and eat. I don't work and eat until this day. I can tell you it as well. But anyways, as I was learning how to cook, I was actually finally in Berkeley studying pre-med. I'm just fast forwarding now, right? And taking physiology, metabolism, and nutrition, a lot of biochemistry. And I was learning everything about the cycles and vitamins, and then I was cooking the food that I was learning was doing to me. And that's when I decided maybe medical school is not my what I wanted to do. I didn't want to become a chef because I always wanted to help people. I wanted to become a family doctor. But then I decided maybe I just need to become a nutritionist. But then being a nutritionist isn't enough. Then I needed to become a registered dietitian, and that's what I did. Then as I finished that too, I went back to graduate school and studied more nutrition and food science. So I have altogether about 9 years of schooling in nutrition. So I think I know a little bit about nutrition. So through all that time, I was working already as a nutritionist. And it's been about now 16 years, 17 years that I work in the nutrition field. And I've seen the entire spectrum of nutritional needs. I worked in public health, helping low-income families and their nutritional needs. I've done maternal child health nutrition as well. I have done breastfeeding. I actually help women breastfeed. So lots of nipples. But no worries, I'm not going to talk about sore nipples today. And I have my lactation consultant certification. I was told that I cannot do breastfeeding, and I showed them that I could. Here's my lactation consultant, by the way. Marcy here. So, and then obviously these last 7 years, I actually opened my private practice. Again, Jeff, he says to me, why don't you open your practice? So he runs my life, by the way. But he's my best friend, obviously. So I listened to him. Best recommendation ever. I didn't know what I can do with my private practice. I decided to do something different. So then I decided to do weight loss. But I didn't even want to do just weight loss. I wanted to do something big with weight loss and help people. So since then, I'm proud to say that we have helped over 2,000 people in the Bay Area. It's amazing, reaching their goals. We have gotten actually 4 awards, not 3, because this year we got another award again. By San Francisco Chronicle, ABC7, and City Search. And more important, our evaluations for our program are outstanding. Sarah helped evaluate our program as her master's thesis, and thank you. And we found that 84% of our clients maintain their health goals even after a year. Now that's outstanding if you don't know. Normally, 85% failure rate in any other diets. So which is actually, we're doing something right. So that's when I decided to write the book. So I needed to share with the rest of the nation whatever I was doing in this little office, because it's helping so many people. But more than that, more important than that, why I do what I do is because my love for food, to be honest with you. I am sick and tired when I hear people blame food. Sick and tired of that. If you were to read all the diet books out here right now, you end up eating no potato, no rice, no meat, no cheese, no wine, no chocolate. I even heard carrots are not good for you. No fruits. You know what I call that? No life. So, not only that, I see people go through tremendous tiredness, frustration about how they go around reaching their health goals. I've seen people going through eating disorders because of it. I've seen people go through guilt because of food, even just the idea of liking food. I remember once met this lady in my office, and as I was telling her about her meal plan, she read potatoes. And then she starts crying. And I'm like, what did I do? Well, she's told me that she hasn't eaten potatoes in 5 years. And that she was so glad that I was liberating her, and that she finally was gonna eat what she loved. I mean, it may sound exaggeration, but I run into this every day. You see, I see this every single day. And this is why I'm tired of this. And hopefully, with this book, we put an end to that. Also, right away, after I opened the practice, I learned that calories in, calories out was not enough for weight loss. Because most of my clients that come to me actually are very knowledgeable in nutrition. You should see them. We live in San Francisco. We all know what's good food and what's healthy. They come and they tell me, I'm already exercising, Manuel. I'm already doing everything I'm supposed to do, but I'm not losing weight. What's going on? So and then I knew there must be something else in there, in that equation. That calories in, calories out was not enough. So I read and read and read, summers and summers, and found outstanding stuff, groundbreaking information. I found and started putting all the pieces together. By the way, I don't know if you knew this, your body works in a very delicate way. In a way, I'm going to try to make it very simple so I don't worry with science. Your body has to keep homeostasis, mean equilibrium, all the time. And if you do anything crazy, your body goes haywire because you're driven by hormones. Cortisol, ghrelin, that's what I had a lot of the research in ghrelin, right? Hunger hormone that actually is a big barrier for getting your health. So I learned that sleep is important, stress management is important, and it wasn't just about counting calories. It wasn't just enough about exercise. So then I created this program, Eating Free, what puts all those pieces together. And this is what I'm helping people with, realizing, and this is what the book gives people, solutions on how to put all those pieces together. I created a tool called the Free Cube, where you actually, I know it sounds funny, but you're like, what? I'm gonna freak you out, right? So with the Free Cube, F for food, R for rest, this is important to rest, and then energy expenditures. What we do is we score people to see where they are on eating free or how healthy they are, right? So the book actually walks through these and it helps you reach those goals. It gives you balance. Also, I learned that 80% is nutrition and self-care, because a lot of times people say, so it's nutrition and exercise. I'm actually adding a new element, self-care. What do I mean by self-care? Taking a bath? No. When I'm talking about self-care, I'm talking about people are not paying attention to their foods. The time that takes to go shopping, to go prepare the meals, to actually pack lunch if you need to, the time it takes all that, people think of it as a chore. So I'm coming in and tell you, stop that already, because if you don't prioritize that time, forget about your health goals. And those people that have actually done well in my program have made that connection already. And that's what they do really well. This is why I say 80% nutrition and self-care, 20% exercise. Now you see the cover, I have pasta, right? In the cover. So I'm saying carbohydrates are okay. Of course, as a nation, I think we all overeat carbs anyways. Refined carbs. But what I'm saying here now is the 45% of your calories should come from carbohydrates. Your brain needs carbohydrates, your body needs that kind of fuel. You cannot live your life without carbs. You need to be smart about it, and this book will help you incorporate the healthy carbs into your lives. Anyways, I want to thank you again for coming in today, and feel free to buy a book today, please. Eating free. It's always about being free. Or something that's more about eating free. People always say, oh, I'm eating free, I'm eating free. By the way, eating free doesn't mean you can eat all you want. Because people joke around that. I always like to make it clear. Eating free means to be free of guilt and not being worried so much about food. You need to learn how to manage food, not food manage you. And that's actually the answer for most everything. All right. So thank you again, and I have moments for questions, comments, anybody. So I'm open for that.